Hey, church family, with all the craziness going on around this world, we are excited that we can be part of the solution and the answer. And we are presenting this online platform to where you could watch us online or at your house or on any mobile device that you carry. But first, let's just talk about the elephant in the room that's going on with all this craziness. And let's just talk about it, fear. You know, whenever I was thinking about what to say and what to bring to you guys and share a little bit of my heart, the first thing that came to my mind was fear. But I want to speak to you guys tonight about choosing faith over fear. And in Matthew 8:27, it says, "What sort of man is this that even the winds and sea obey him?" But in a different translation, it says, "What's going on here? Wind and sea come to heal at his command." You see, what we see here is we see the disciples hanging out with Jesus, and then they come to this situation to where they face this storm. And a lot of times we face storms in our lives that we're not prepared for. But here the disciples go through this storm, and while they're facing this storm, they come to the conclusion that they might die. But while all this chaos was going on, Jesus was actually sleeping like a baby. And here in verse 27, the disciples get surprised by what they just saw. And there was a life-threatening storm that erupts on the scene, and Jesus is just sleeping. But what I want to bring to your attention is that the disciples, they weren't prepared to face what they were going to face. They weren't prepared. They didn't know that whenever they would get on this boat, that they would face a storm, but it just happened. But Jesus was the one who actually told them, let's go over to the other side. But Jesus was sleeping during this whole entire time, and the disciples allowed that their situation to determine their condition. With all this craziness, are you allowing your situation to determine your condition? I want you to just think about this for the next couple of seconds. And then Jesus calms the storm. But as he calms the storm, he asks them, "Why are you afraid?" You know, thinking about this, with all this chaos going on, I'm thinking, why are we afraid if Jesus is with us? A lot of times we forget that he's with us, but he is in control of every situation. He's in control of every obstacle that we face in our lives. But yet we still have this fear in our lives. And even today, some of us are choosing fear instead of choosing faith over fear. So tonight, I want to encourage you to choose faith over fear. And when Jesus calmed the storm and asked the disciples, "Why are you afraid?" I believe that his gentle rebuke wasn't just because they didn't believe, but it was the disciples needed some encouragement to know that Jesus was going to walk them through it. And as he did, we find ourselves in many storms that we can't control. But how do we respond in faith? I believe this is the biggest question that we have, is how do we respond in faith with everything that is going on in this world? So I have three things that I want to share with you. And the first one is God has power over every storm. God has power over every storm. And if the wind and the waves don't concern him, don't concern Jesus, then they shouldn't frighten you. Let me repeat that one more time, just in case if you didn't catch it. If the winds and waves don't concern him, then they shouldn't frighten you. You might not be able to change your situation, but you can choose to faithfully trust in God, that he is in control of every single situation, and he is right in the middle of those storms. The second thing that I want to share with you is fixing your eyes on Jesus leads to peace. Fixing your eyes to Jesus leads to peace. Are you looking at the size of the storm, or are you turning to the one who can calm the storm? Think about this. It's only by focusing on God, who knows every outcome, that you can navigate any situation with his wisdom and peace. And during these critical times, a lot of us are having problems finding peace. But with God, we can find peace through anything that we face in life. The third thing is Jesus is always on your boat. Jesus is always with you, and it's easy to focus on your fears when you can't control your future. A lot of us don't know what the future has in store for us. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen in a week or 2 months from now. But with Jesus on our side, everything is going to be okay. And Jesus knows your future. He is always there by your side wherever you go, whatever you face. So tonight I want to encourage you to live by faith and not by sight. And we have two choices to make as we are facing this times in our lives. And the first one is you can focus on your circumstances, or you can fix your eyes on Jesus, on the one who's in control of every single situation. But you have to look to Jesus. You have to look to Jesus above everything else, despite what social media tells you, despite what the media tells you, what the government tells you. We have to fix our eyes on Jesus and begin to see that he is in control of the storms, because whatever we face in life, he's already in control of. So tonight I want to encourage you to choose faith over fear. Guys, over the next couple of days, we're going to be on social media a lot. We hope you could interact with us, but also, most importantly, let us know what you're going through. Let us know if you need prayer. We're here for you guys no matter what circumstances, no matter what happens. If you need prayer, feel free to just reach out to us. We want to pray for you. We care about you guys, and most importantly, we love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. God bless.